Hi, folks. This is Shanker once again in my series of my tips, my observation, my research. Destiny can never be changed, but if you know that your time is bad, you can be careful, and if you know the time is good, you can run. Proportionally, it gives you because there's a lot of things you can do it by prarabdha. Destiny is a chemical reaction, and we are also a chemical reaction. Each person is a chemical reaction, and that is what astrology is all about. It is this chemical reaction which makes things happen. We can call it destiny. How does this chemical reaction happen? Why does it happen? How is it related? I have to go to the Himalayas and do some puja, some meditation there, which would not happen in this birth time for sure. But this is my research and my astrology in the lakhs of charts which I have seen over a period of 45 years. 45 years, and my dad was also a very astrologer. He was a very senior government officer, but astrology was his hobby. So I learned from him also as a child. So this is it. And with this, let me tell you today about Saturn, a planet which is dreaded, loved, but it is a very important planet. Nothing happens without Saturn. Saturn executes every of its activities through Rahu and Ketu. They're very important planets for Saturn. Saturn does everything through these two planets, these two karmic planets. But anyway, I'm not going to do that today. Let me talk about Saturn, certain things we observed. When Saturn is in the second house and Jupiter is in the fourth house, that is, there's a relation, always relation that everything which I'm telling you, decode it. It is Jupiter in the second house, Saturn in the fourth house. Whenever 2, 3, 4, that is the 11th of that, takes its help to make a better thing to happen, makes it better. I mean, it is always, so that's very important. I told you in a video earlier also, but my idea is you decode it. You have any issues, tell me and write to me in the box. The second is if Jupiter is in the 10th house and Saturn is in the second house. Jupiter in 10th and Saturn in second, a person will be having a very high ego, very, very high ego, and he would be a conjuice of the highest order. It would be a miser. If Saturn is in the second house and Mars is negative, health will be an issue. If Saturn is in the second house and Sun is in the 12th house, then a person will be fond of playing cards and he will be a gambler. If Saturn is in the third house and Ketu is a very important planet. Ketu is a planet for happiness. I'll come to it sometime later. Ketu is in the third or 10th house, it will give you property. If Saturn is in the third house, Ketu with it, or Ketu in the 10th house will give you property. Though Ketu is 8th from Saturn here, but then also it will give property. There's a logic behind that in case of Saturn and Ketu. Remember, two negatives make positive, and a negative and a positive you have to evaluate, and if two positives always will make a positive. So that is basically what you have to understand. But this is all about Nadi and other things which have accumulated. Sun in the second house and Ketu in the third house is very bad. It creates issues. Oh, I just come to Sun. Yeah, Sun in second house. I started talking about Ketu. This came to my mind. Sun in second, Ketu in the third. It is very bad. Saturn in the third and Moon in the 10th, Chandrama in the 10th. Very bad for mother for sure. Saturn is in the 5th house. It's not a good thing to have because it gets into the Kalpurush of Surya and it spoils Surya. If Surya is spoiled, then Mangal gets spoiled, Jupiter gets spoiled. A lot of issues happen. Saturn in the 5th house will delay progeny, which will have people, your friends deceiving you, so on and so forth. But Saturn in 5th house is not good. And whenever Saturn is in 5th house and in the Varsh Kundali, the Varsh Phal which you make in your Vedic astrology, 5th Varsh Phal, if it comes in the Lagna, it is a period of great loss. Ketu in the 4th house and Saturn in 5th house, very bad for the first child. Ketu is actually connected to a child and male child. Anyway, Ketu in fourth and Saturn in fifth, and second is Saturn. It blocks Ketu. It is very bad, miserable for the very miserable for the son, the first child. Sun in Saturn in fifth, I've already told you, is not good. It spoils Jupiter. It spoils Surya. So it is not good. A person only rises after the age of 36, becomes better than 36. It pulls down the horoscope. I mean, I have it. So Saturn in fifth I have, and I know what you have to go through when you have Saturn in fifth house. I don't have a male child, so that's also very important. Saturn in fourth, and you have Chandrama means moon in the second and the third house. It is good for money, but very bad for your mother's general condition, previous condition, and especially her health. Saturn in fourth and moon in fourth, of course, is very bad. So these are combinations. Try to decipher them as to how I have done them, what is the logic behind it, and try to also observe them, apply them individually. Don't apply them in conjunctions. In my about say 2,500 videos which I plan to do, I will tell you about a lot of other things also in terms of conjunction. But here, don't apply it in conjunction. That is very important. These are only when the planets are alone. We are talking about houses, not about Rashi. That is what also is important. Keep that in mind. And with this, I'm Shanker signing out. The video is become long today, and sorry for that. Thanks, and bye for now. If you want to know about me, go to my website shankerstudies.com. Shanker with a E, Shanker. You will find a lot about me, a lot of research, books, etc. that I have done, and also various other good articles which I keep on writing and posting, which some of them would be interesting, some of them are researched. So it's like a combo of things which I keep on writing and putting there. I'm also coming out with my new book of astrology, which is going to be a very rare book. It's from a Urdu book, which is about 500 years old, written in Urdu, about 400 years old, manuscript which I had obtained from somewhere. My father's father. They had it. So I'm trying to decode it, get somebody to decipher it, and then give you some very good tips. So please wait for the book. Thanks, and bye for now. Thank you. Have a great day.